average returns of 23% annually in cryptocurrency. What is the real value of the 8Lends platform, this new platform? Well, I will tell you everything in this video about the positive points I have noticed, the negative points you need to watch out for, which might cause a bit of doubt. And above all, I will tell you what, let's say, the security behind this platform is. Is it reliable? Is it a bit scammy? Could it potentially seem like a scam? In short, I will really tell you everything, what the returns are, how it works, etc., etc. So first thing, what is the 8Lends platform and how does it work? It's very simple. It's a platform that allows you to invest in primary markets, in tangible markets, and in real assets. Since all the loans you will make, the loans, quite simply, you will lend money and you will earn interest, and you will therefore earn interest on the loans you make. And each project is backed by tangible assets. It can be therefore properties, equipment, inventories, etc. So that's a nice difference compared to other crypto platforms that are simply digital only. Here, BT, we are talking about tangible and real assets. So we are simply talking about lending money to professionals in specific sectors. Now, what are the returns? What is the security? Is it reliable? How did I invest? I recently tested the platform and invested myself, so I will tell you everything. So personally, I invested in a project, and this project has a return of 23.2% over a period of 8 months. Personally, just to test for the first time, I will invest more later. I tested with 200 USDT. It should be noted that all investments on the platform are made in USDC and on the base network. So it's very important. These are investments made on the base network and in USDC. So what I particularly like is that the returns are made every month. That is to say, you receive interest every month. If, for example, I take this project and calculate, well, for example, with an investment of 1000 USDC, well, I will see that I have a little simulation that tells me that every month on the anniversary date when I started investing, well, I will receive 19 USDC every month, every month, every month. So it can allow us to reinvest them and earn compound interest. So that's quite a good positive point. Now, you can actually boost these returns with a referral link that will offer you 6% additional yield. And for that, I have put mine in the description. So you can click on the link in the description of this video to get a boosted return, an additional 6% return by signing up through the link in the description of this video. So the first disadvantage of this platform, and right after I will talk a little about the security aspect, regulation, etc. But the first disadvantage of the platform is that it's true, it's a bit technical. For people who are not used to investing in cryptocurrency or who are not used to handling, let's say, cryptocurrencies, sending, receiving, knowing a little about the different wallets, etc., it should be noted that the platform accepts all wallets, whether it's MetaMask, Binance, etc. You really have more than 130 or 140 wallets that you can directly connect to the 8Lends site that are available. So that's extremely easy to do. However, it's true that it's a little bit technical. That is to say, it's not like you're investing fiat currencies. You have to connect your wallet. You have to be on the right network. By the way, at first, I made the small mistake of being on the wrong network. I was on another network, and it's indeed the base network. So that's very important, and it's indeed in USDC, and you will also need some Ethereum to cover the fees. Even though the fees are really just a few cents, it's nothing at all, but you still need to have some Ethereum and therefore USDC in your wallet. I tell you this because I made a bit of a mistake at the beginning. So let's say that's the first obstacle. However, behind that, you have very good returns. But are these returns reliable, secure? Well, I looked into the company 8Lends, and more specifically, who are the founders? Are there regulations? What is the parent company? So the parent company is simply Maclear. And in a moment, I will also tell you how the projects are selected. The parent company that manages the 8Lends company is simply Maclear. Maclear is basically also a company that offers investments. However, they offer them in fiat currency like euro, dollar, etc. Whereas they also have the 8Lends part for the crypto investment side. So what is Maclear and what are the regulations, etc.? Maclear is simply a company that is audited, that is regulated, by the Swiss organization Polyreg Service. And you have regulations, you have audits. For example, you can see it right here on 8Lends. You have the Shirtik and Cyberscope protocols that have audited the company 8Lends. You also have the parent company Maclear, which has Swiss regulation. So honestly, that's something. You also have a partnership with Samsub, which audits the compliance aspect. You also have a KWA here. So in short, you really have a lot of regulations, security, and audits that have been implemented. In addition to that, you clearly have the team behind the project that is visible. So you know exactly the regulations that are public. You also have the team that is visible. So for me, these are extremely reassuring signals. So you should know that, of course, this is, let's say, what I think about it, but what are, let's say, the opinions of the users, the public opinions, etc. And of course, the company Maclear, they are extremely good because on Trustpilot, they have a rating of 4.4 out of 5 from, well, a little less than 400 reviews. So honestly, it's really not bad. And specifically regarding 8Lends, well, you have a rating of 4.2 out of 5 from 43 reviews. So for now, there aren't many reviews simply because at the time I'm recording this video, the company, or at least the site, the platform 8Lends was set up only 5 to 6 months ago. So it's a rather new company, and that will also be part of the negative points since we don't have enough history. So now how are they selected? By the way, I didn't mention it, but the only person who gave 1 star, it's actually the only person who gave 1 star and who significantly lowers their rating is, in my opinion, a hater, because they say, yeah, there are no audits available. You don't have information on the company's managers, which is completely false. It's just that this person didn't know that the parent company, in fact, which manages 8Lends and also manages Maclear, well, in fact, it's the company Maclear AG, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's it, Maclear AG. And so we clearly know who the founders are, and we clearly know what the regulations are, the audits that are public, etc., etc. So for me, it's very reassuring and it's very positive. Now, how are the projects selected? It's very simple. You have the answer right here, which is right here. You simply have each project that is rigorously put through a 40-point verification process. So we don't necessarily have the details on that, but for me, I find it reassuring to know that they don't just select any project on the platform, because according to them, they still have a rigorous 40-point selection process before selecting a platform and accepting it as an investor. And know that for all the projects, you have access to a lot of data and to everything. Well, actually to everything you need to know about the project before you can invest in it. You have all the company's figures, the returns, the company's profit. In short, you have a lot of information and data on the company that is offered to you for investment. In any case, to whom you can lend money with interest. So now, what about my final opinion on 8Lends. I want to say, since we talked about returns, we also talked about the return boosts you can get with the link in the description of this video. By going through this link, you will get 6% extra on the base returns on your investments. So honestly, that's not negligible. You also have, I see it now before my eyes, a bonus equal to your investments. That means you will simply receive 8Lends tokens for free, since you will be part of, if you invest quickly enough, early enough, the first investors and the first people to trust the 8Lends platform. And in this way, well, they reward you by giving you tokens just before its official launch. So you see right here that I have invested 199 USDC for now, and as a result, well, they gave me the equivalent in tokens. So that means as soon as the 8Lends token is released, I will already have tokens. And well, if the token skyrockets or if the platform gains traction, becomes widely known, etc., well, it's a huge positive point, since I will have tokens that will already be worth money. So honestly, it's a big positive point on the fact that they plan to release a token, etc. For me, it adds to the fact that honestly, they are doing things seriously, even without mentioning that the company Maclear AG is an extremely serious company, in my opinion. And from what I can see, of course, this is not investment advice. There can always be risks, but for me, it's off to a very good start. And it's already a very, very good start. So what is my final opinion on 8Lends? What can I say? Well, in terms of positive points, for me, it's really very interesting, because you have a company with public audits, you have a clear legal structure, you have Swiss regulation, you have promises of tangible collateral. Since you can really check that on their site. And by the way, you have a reputation that is quite very good from the start. So honestly, that's quite interesting. I didn't necessarily mention all, let's say for a very long time, but you have a guarantee by asset, meaning it offers additional security. The fact that it is tangible and not just digital guarantees, since you also have Maclear detailing that for each project, the collateral is legally formalized, verified, inspected on site, etc. And all that you can see on their site as explained. So honestly, for me, it's a very positive 8Lends opinion, and that's why I chose to invest for now on this platform with only 200 USDT. But in my opinion, I will invest much more, since it is an extremely promising platform, especially since with the link I put in the description of this video, you get boosted returns of 6% more. So for me, honestly, it's very promising. Take advantage of it while it's the beginning, because maybe later the returns might decrease, or maybe the bonuses will be a little less powerful. I don't know at all. In any case, I'm waiting for your opinion in the comments of this video, and above all, you have all the information in the description of this video. If you want well, to try the platform like me, and you can position yourself on the project before it potentially explodes. So there you go. Tell me if you enjoyed this video, and tell me what you think of this platform, and I'll leave you. I'll say see you next time. It was Jeremy.